Hello there. Greetings, everybody. I want to welcome you here to the Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show, a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. So we're here today. Basically, it's an episode of Playlist. So we do this show once a month, usually mid-month. Kind of offsets my new albums purchase, which I do at the end of the month. So I do that at the end of the month, and I do this kind of in the middle of the month. And my playlist is basically the 20 albums that I rotate through my playlist until I get kind of tired of them and I pull them out and I put other ones in. That's how I kind of do it. Not that I don't listen to other stuff. I tend to do listen to album runs by certain bands as well, that kind of stuff. So what we normally do on this show is I will talk to you about what came off of my playlist last month and what went into my playlist last month. I will talk about the run that we did that I've been listening to, the most recent one, anyways. And at the end, I give you a top 5 favorite albums for the month from my playlist. So we're going to start by talking about the albums that came out. So 2 albums came out of my playlist last month. I thought it would probably be more, but some of the albums are hanging in there good. So the first one that came out was this CD from Atomic Rooster. So I bought a 4-album CD box some time ago, and I've been putting them, each of them into the playlist. This was the second album of the 4. Death Walks Behind You is the name of the album. Their second album, I believe it came out in 1970, September of 1970. It's kind of a nice cover, eh? Kind of weird, though. Everything looks normal except for the head doesn't seem right. I'm not sure. It was a nice picture of the guys at the back. So this album came out. The other album that came out was a new album from this year, Opeth. This is their most recent album, Last Will and Testament. Pretty strong album. I initially liked it a lot, and I didn't like it as much, and then I've kind of come back to the middle a bit. It's got some really good vocals, both the growl and normal vocals. Pretty heavy album too. It's got its heavy part, but it also has a little bit of that progressive stuff that Opeth likes to do as well. Another picture of them at the back here too, if you can see that. So that album also came out. So the 2 albums that went in and replaced them was this one from Atomic Rooster. This is the 4th CD in the set. I didn't bother putting the 3rd CD in the set in the hearing of because I had already had that in my playlist when I had it as a different, when I bought it as an individual album. So I didn't bother. I went right to the 4th one. And this is Nice and Greasy is the name of the album. Released in September of 1973. So it's the 4th album in the set. I do like this one. I didn't initially like this particular one when I went through and played all 4 of them. I knew I liked In the Hearing of. I always liked that one. I thought I would like the first one more. Didn't like that one as much. The second one I liked a little better. This one I'm thinking I will like even more than either of those 2, but hard to say. I won't know until I've had it in there for a while. So that's one of the 2 replacements. The other one is this one. Also a new album to come out this year. Steve Hackett. This is Live Magic at the Trading Boundaries. I have heard this in its entirety twice before I bought it. This is really good. I'm looking forward to playing this a lot. 19 tracks in total on just the one CD, with lots of stuff going on. Pretty interesting, I think. I'm trying to see who's on this, but I'm not going to pull the book out just for that. So Live Magic at the Trading Places. There's a bit of an improv at the beginning. He does Blood on the Rooftops, an excerpt from that. The Barren Land, Black Light, Horizons. For those of you who know, that's more of an acoustic part as well. I believe that is the song that comes out prior to the epic one on Foxtrot. Supper's Ready. Yeah, I think it's the kind of the first song to come on that side of the album, and then Supper's Ready. Then Supper's Ready excerpts is on here. Jacuzzi is here. After the Ordeal, Hairless Heart, Jazz on a Summer's Night. I don't even know how to pronounce this one. Gnome Science, number 1. Walking Away from the Rainbow, Pollock Organ Concerto, an excerpt from that. Red Flower of Tai Chi Blooms Everywhere. Hands of the Priestess, Memory Lane, Only Happy When It Rains, and then Ace of Wands, which is from his debut album, And the Journey. So, yeah, I like this. I've listened to the entire thing a couple times, so I went and bought it, and now it's in the playlist. So those are the 2 replacements. The other thing I've been doing is I do album runs, so I'll pick a band and listen to their entire discography, and I did that with this band this week, Wobbler. This is their debut. And so I decided after listening to the entire discography that I'm going to also do a video on that tomorrow night for Into the Progverse, my live stream that I do on Sunday night. So we'll be talking about the 5 studio albums of Wobbler. So hope to see you all then. So that's what I've been listening to in the runs. And also I got my package from Laser CD maybe 2-3 days ago. Laser's Edge CD, sorry. Got 8 albums in total. I think the rough cost was about $180. So I spent a fair bit, but I like all of them. It's all prog this time. All 8 albums are prog. A lot of more obscure prog than known prog, but I will do, when I do the albums at the end of the month, when I do the new albums purchase, we'll go through all of them too. I didn't keep it in the box. I was going to save the box for the month, but I wanted to make sure everything was good inside of it because I got it early in the month instead of later. If it had come later in the month, I probably would have saved that for the unwrapping. But because came so early in the month, I don't want it sitting up there for 8 days or 3 weeks if something is broken or whatever. So anyways, I opened it and the discs are all good. I think there was a total of 4 digipacks and then another 4 jewel cases. So yeah, so interesting. All of them I'm looking forward to listen to when I get to the new albums purchased, giving me 11 for the month so far. There might be more coming, hard to say. So that's it for all of that I've been listening to. And now I'm going to give you my top 5 albums for the month. I'll give them to you in reverse order like I normally do. So coming in at number 5 for the month on my playlist is this one, Brothers in Arms from the Dire Straits. So I like this so much now. I've got like 4 of their albums. Well, I had one other one before, but now I purchased 2 more. I'm liking their stuff a lot more than I would have thought. This is kind of reminiscent for me of Steely Dan. I didn't expect anything from Steely Dan. I might like it, I might not. And I thought the same of this, but I like both of them a lot. So I started purchasing their discography. That's the way I am. As soon as I like something, I want it all. The next album up in 4th place is this one from the Klaatu. This is a double CD collector. So 2 different albums by them, their debut album and Hope. So I've been listening to this one. I like it a lot. More than I thought I was going to. And then we also did Calling All Occupants of Interplanetary Craft. That was one of the songs we did on Who Did It Better. It was one that Ben gave me. So I've been enjoying this disc quite a bit. It's up in 4th place now. And 3rd place is this album. We're really kind of pushing it. This is Fireball from Deep Purple. Damn fantastic album. Much stronger than I had anticipated. And that's kind of a bit of a theme for all 3 of the albums thus far. Wasn't anticipating this to be as good as it was because I had didn't care much for Machine Head. So I thought I probably won't like this either, but I had gotten it backwards. I thought it was in Rock, then Machine Head, then Fireball. It was actually Fireball and Machine Head are reversed in chronological releases. So this one is in there now. So good. I like it so much. So that's my third place. Second place, not a surprise. I knew this album was really good. I expected it to be good, and it's not. It's lived up to my expectations. The only one so far like that. Subterranea by IQ. This is a double album. We will be doing this one next week for my look back at a classic rock album. It's a double album. I think the second disc is probably better than the first one. The first one's really good. The second one is outstanding. So over 100 minutes of IQ. Fantastic. One of my favorite new bands. Well, new to me anyways. And then the number one album, which has been number one, it was number one last playlist as well, is Gentle Giant's Octopus. Such a good album. Really good. I didn't like it initially, but that's happened with just about every Gentle Giant album I've had. Other than Freehand, all the other ones, it took a little bit of time for me to warm up to. Some of them, like Three Friends, took almost 40 years, but this one took a while, but once it clicked in, it's great. I also bought the other version of this album. I had to have the Octopus, the Red Octopus one done by Roger Dean, so I also have that version of the album as well. So anyways, this is a fantastic album. It's number one again this month. It's heavy competition though with Subterranea and Fireball, all three of those albums. Oh, it was tough to decide which one was the best, but and the age-old adage of if you want to be the champ, you got to beat the champ. So until somebody actually beats Octopus, it'll stay at the top of the rung. Anyways, that's it for playlist for this month. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. It's kind of an interesting month. Lots of stuff going on. Lots of stuff of interest. So anyways, please hit the like and subscribe. You want to make any comments about any of the albums in my playlist that I talked about, or any of my top 5, you can do that, or the album run that I listened to, the Wobbler one, you can talk about that as well. Anything you want. Anyways, we will see you all next month for another episode of Playlist. So have yourself a good day and a good afternoon, and goodbye.